Okay. Okay, welcome to TOP's Zoom meeting of July 8th, 2020. TOP's pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions and not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I will take off pounds sensibly. COP's pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I am to be an example as I keep off pounds sensibly. If you want, you can unmute yourself. It's easy. There is less feedback if you keep yourself muted unless you need until you need to talk. Because sometimes the background noises like air conditioners, the TV in the background, I get a lot of feedback. So, who here has gone back to meetings? You can just raise your hand. Anybody gone back to meeting? 1, 2. Awesome. That is awesome. You're, I am starting our meeting. Jess and I will be going back to meetings on the 18th. 2 more Saturdays, and we're starting our own chapter. So we are very excited. It'll be a private one until we get more people. Then we're hopefully we can find a meeting place in a church when they start allowing it. So we're going to start small, and as we grow big, we're going to get a local meeting place. So we have 2 topics today. We have one is a quick and easy, and they're all from TOPS. This from 2009. And one is the benefits of doing things the old-fashioned way, probably the way we learned from 2016. Combating procrastination is the first one. I'll start tomorrow. Who has used that? I'll start tomorrow, all the time. And then tomorrow I'll say, oh, I don't need to do it. I'll do it tomorrow. Do you ever find yourself putting off doing something because you think you'll feel like doing it tomorrow? This behavior is called procrastination, and I am the queen of procrastination. And it is defined as just postponing something on a regular basis. Many of us practice procrastination, and although we sometimes can get by with minimal penalties, we often fail to realize the full cost associated with not doing something when it should be done. It's your choice. When you make a conscious choice to do one thing or activity instead of another, the activity that you put off for another day has to wait. While there are some occasions where it's all right, most of the time we procrastinate for a reason. We may not like doing the activity, or we may feel like we won't be able to do it well, or we may feel like we'd rather be doing something else. If that is real, if the reality is that you must accomplish the task that you are avoiding, consider this. For every hour or day that you are dreading the activity, you're still thinking about it, and in doing so are wasting energy. Sometimes we spend more time dreading the task than actually completing it. Additionally, most of us have experienced how good it feels to get something completed. So if you procrastinate, you're denying yourself the opportunity to feel good about your accomplishment. An example of this would be filing your tax returns, Jessica. Many of us dread getting our paperwork in order, filling out the tax forms and submitting them, but most of us feel relieved when it is done. Procrastination toolkit. There are some things that you can do to help you change your habit of procrastinating. Stop worrying. Worrying will not get the job done, and it is counterproductive. If you're expecting something negative to happen, rationally plan for the possibility of it happening so you are prepared to face it. Start small. If the task is big and complicated, break it into small, manageable tasks. Count the cost. Each time you avoid completing something that must be complete, completed, you lose energy thinking about it, and the task may even become more difficult to complete later, especially if you are pressed for time and energy. Look for hidden rewards. Besides the feeling of accomplishment, you will also feel like you have faced an uncomfortable situation and succeeded in doing so. You may even feel more confident about your abilities. You will also have more energy. Confront negative beliefs. Pay attention to what you are saying to yourself. Are you telling yourself that you can't succeed? Say something positive to yourself to inspire you to complete your tasks. And that's something we talked about last week or two, is positive self-talk. Mind over matter. You convince yourself you can't do it, or that you're going to fail at something, and you will. Double your resistance. Avoiding procrastination is a skill that takes time to develop as a lifelong habit. If you consistently remind yourself of the cost of procrastination and the joy of completing tasks that you would rather avoid, this will help to ensure your success. Combine an unpleasant activity with a positive one. You could scrub the kitchen while listening to music. Not happening here. Reward yourself for getting challenging things done. Make sure that the reward result suits the tasks. You don't need to be motivated to get motivated. Motivation is often sparked by action. Take responsibility for each day. You need to take responsibility for your actions, because you are the one who is choosing certain activities over others. Tip: although you may think you aren't hurting yourself by putting off another day. Procrastination ultimately robs you of energy and can decrease your level of self-confidence. Any other queens of procrastination here? Yes. Yes. I found, yeah, I put off things a lot. I am, when it has to be like right away, I'll do it. But if it's like, oh, it doesn't need to get done for a while, it takes me a long time to get it. The second program is Going Retro. Go Retro. This is from Tops News, December 2015, January 2016, the Tops News magazine.
You want me to read it, Mom?
Yeah, I'll come get it to you.
I'm coming. Okay, you come to me. Walked across the way. Okay.
I'm back. I'm in the kitchen. She's in the living room.
Okay, Go Retro, the benefits of doing things the old-fashioned way. Introduction. Have you ever noticed how many labor-saving devices we have in our lives? Instead of walking from place to place, we drive in our cars. We use dishwashers rather than washing dishes by hand. We even use a remote control to change the channels so as to not have to walk over to the television to do it manually. Some of you may remember televisions that didn't come with remote controls. Modern conveniences have made our lives easier in many ways and save time, but that also means we don't need to expend as much energy to get work done. And while you may think of exercise as something you do purposely to burn calories, get healthy, and lose weight, the surprising fact is that you probably burn more calories with the help of your everyday activities than you do through formal exercise. Finding ways to do so instead of taking the easy way out can actually make a big difference in how active you are during the day. Yesterday versus today. So throwback. Instead of taking the easy way, we're going to blast some calories with movement we used to do in the past. Let's talk about modern conveniences we take for granted. Can you give me some examples of common labor-saving devices we use today?
Dishwasher.
Remote control.
We were the remote controls for my dad. He'd tell us to go change the channel.
Yep. Cars.
Yes, instead of walking.
I was just telling my sister I wanted a remote control for my window fan, and she says they have remote controls for that.
Yes, the tower fans, there is. We have them, but we can never find them.
People used to hang their clothes out on the string instead of putting them in the dryer, so you
Yes.
you walked it out and you hung them up, and then you had to take them down and you had to fold them. So there were a lot more steps in that than tossing them into the dryer that's right beside the
Yes.
washer.
Mm-hmm.
I still do that. I refuse to pay the electric bill.
Oh. Do you know, up until probably 2 weeks ago, I never put my clothes in the dryer, and I'm putting my clothes in the dryer.
Wow. It
And
probably doesn't
and I'm
smell near as
comfortable,
nice.
and I'm comfortable doing that. I was just so afraid that I'd put them in the dryer and my clothes would shrink, so, and they wouldn't fit me. So I did hang my laundry out, but
Mhm.
I'm drying my clothes now.
You're not worried about the shrinkage anymore. That is
They're not,
awesome.
nope, they're not shrinking.
Good.
I only use a dryer in the winter when the clothes won't dry on the line.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, they would just freeze.
Yeah. So there's maybe about 3 months that I use the dryer out of the whole year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, these days with all the rain, you can't
I
really
don't
do it around here.
Riding lawnmower. You have a push mower.
Yes, I have a push. So it works.
So sometimes I wish I had an elevator to the upstairs, but I swear that's how I'm keeping all my weight off, is going up and down the stairs.
Yes, because you always forget something.
You do.
You have to go back up. Or
We're
down.
in the country, snow blowers instead of shoveling.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about what life used to be like. How many people can remember washing dishes by hand, for example, using a push lawnmower instead of an electric or gas mower? How about pulling weeds by hand rather than using a weed whacker, or hanging up laundry to dry outside instead of using clothes dryers? We literally just said all of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about when you were growing up? Were you more active than you are now? Yeah.
Definitely.
I used to climb trees, yeah. What kind of activities do you do on a regular basis that you no longer do? And are some of these ones you would like to do again? I would be bored and literally go out and play with a stick.
Mm-hmm. Or climb a tree. Now
Or
we can't
climb a
even get
tree,
in the
yeah.
tree.
Yeah. We used to walk to the store 6 miles away
Yeah.
when we were kids. And that was our day trip.
Yep.
We'd go for a loaf of bread for our parents.
Yep.
Oh,
We would
wow.
go. My mom would take I think we had one guy stop in his car and congratulate my mom. We were walking to the mall and there was 4 or 5 of us. We all had our purses and mom was the heaviest of all, and we were walking to the mall. It was like 4 miles away. And she was like, it was almost like he's never seen this before, walking to the mall. Really?
Done that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Independent times when you were a kid.
Yes. Now these days you got to watch out for the drivers that aren't paying attention.
Yep.
Okay, time and calories. Now we're not saying we have to go back to living like pioneers. There are modern conveniences we want to keep. But can you burn more calories consciously by choosing to do some activities that take longer to do the old-fashioned way? Even making dinner from scratch compared to stopping for fast food or popping a frozen dinner in the oven can add to your activity level. For example, if you weigh 200 pounds and spend 30 minutes prepping, think cleaning and chopping veggies, cutting up chicken, etc., and cooking dinner, you'll burn 68 calories before you even eat. After dinner, take the time to clear the table and wash dishes by hand. You'll burn at least another 30 calories in the next 15 minutes. Making an extra effort to take care of your home can also add to your activity level. Again, if you weigh 200 pounds, vacuuming, mopping, and cleaning your home burn between 46 and 57 calories in 15 minutes. If you sweep out your garage or sweep your sidewalks for just 15 minutes, you'll burn about 68 calories. Of course, most of us are busy and tend to use labor savers whenever we can. What kind of labor savers do you tend to use in your day-to-day life? Which ones have become habitual for you? The vacuum
Microwave.
the vacuum cleaner when it comes out.
Yeah. Right now, we're just covered with string and material, so it's not worth it until I'm done.
Which labor savers do you think you could go without? How could you add more activity into your life without overwhelming yourself? Answer.
Mm,
Walking.
yeah, I do the walking.
I can't go without my car. My work is too far away.
No, you'd have to go on a highway. No walking allowed.
Better into the city. No, thank you.
No.
No, thank you.
It's 8 miles on the green belt. No.
Hey, I've done it. It was a pain, but I did it. For example, you might have more time to do your pre-dinner veggie prepping on the weekends instead of during the week. You might also sweep your sidewalks instead of using a leaf blower. If you have physical limitations, consider what tasks you can handle or break them into shorter time periods that work for you. Another thing to consider is getting other members of your family involved. How about asking a family member to help you clean up after dinner? You wash and he or she dries, or split up the chores you usually do yourself with someone else. As the saying goes, sorry, my paper's flying. As the saying goes, many hands make light work. What other ideas can you think of? Anything? Don't look at me like that, Bob.
I started exercising, going to the gym. My son changed jobs and was getting up about an hour earlier, and as a helpful mom, because he'd also work evenings and nights, and now he had to be up at 5:30 in the morning. So I was getting up and making coffee, and then I was up for an hour, and I went, okay, let me do something productive other than just read Facebook and read emails and whatever. So I started walking, and I figured if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it well. So 3 days a week I walk, and 3 days a week I go to the gym. And on Monday it will be 8 weeks that I've been doing it that way. I've always walked it at lunch, but I decided that if I walked in the morning and it was cooler, and I think I'm down almost a half a size in the 8 weeks. I haven't lost a lot of weight, maybe a pound or two, but I'm down about a half a size. The clothes that were tight in the size I was wearing are now comfortable, and I think I'm gonna have to go down a size in some clothes. So
That's great. That is a big
Great.
victory.
That's
I'm doing
awesome.
a good non-scale victory and say that, and I've never been an exercise nut at all. So this is a real thing, but I decided if I was gonna have the hour, I better use it for something positive instead of just scrolling through Facebook. So
Yes.
it's taken
Our
a lot for
thumbs-
me to do it.
Our thumbs get enough exercise.
Back in time sometimes. So what do you think of these suggestions? What ideas sound appealing to you? Keep in mind that you don't have to go retro all the time. Even doing things the old-fashioned way once in a while will make you more active. Write down any additional ideas that you would like to try.
Yep. Just in your journal. But yeah, the way she's not our generation. Yeah.
Hey,
We grew up doing we didn't have a
some of
microwave
these
growing up.
I remember doing. Obviously, not all of them, but some of them. I remember having to walk to the store.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
it was
when
right
you
on the street, but I remember walking.
Mhm. We
Keep in
still
mind
do.
that a lot of our daily activities are the results of habits. If you do something every week or every day or several times a week for 4 to 6 weeks, it can become a new habit for you that will keep you more active without having to think about it. And even if it's only occasional, you'll still burn a few extra calories. It just says, thanks for sharing these ideas. Why don't you write down the ones that sound like the best fit for you and the ones that you know you can do. At our next meeting, we'll compare how we did.
Yeah. Does anyone keep a food journal or an exercise journal? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It helps. It really helps. I mean, I've got, I found at Barnes and Noble a self-care agenda journal, and it tracks every day hours of sleep, exercise, glasses of water, and downtime, which comes with your self-care. You need to have downtime. But like, if you don't like, to me, if I don't write it down, even though I lose the list, don't write it down, I won't remember to try something new. It's the memory like a sieve. But thank you, Jessica. And we have, has anybody used the inspirational calendars that are on tops.org?
I print them every month.
Yep. Today says don't miss 5 ways to win the day in the Tops. The July August magazine. Who has received their next issue of the Tops News? I haven't.
Nope.
Nobody? Well, when you get it, don't forget to look at the 5 ways to win the day in that edition. Okay, does anyone have anything want to discuss, talk about? Any non-scale victories, scale victories, anything? Nobody?
No.
And Donna, you said Kathy is now, they have new cops. They have a new cops as of yesterday, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Jessica is getting close. She won't, I have the top scale in my living room. She won't get on it until our meeting.
I need to weigh myself after dinner.
Don't wait
Saturday
until after
morning,
dinner.
though.
You always weigh more.
Yep.
I will
Yeah.
weigh myself first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, we're starting a Saturday morning chapter, so we'll be happier.
Yes.
We'll
It
weigh
won't be
ourselves
after
before
the
breakfast.
lactic acid
Yeah.
built up in my system. So I have a non-scale victory.
Guess what it is?
I
What is
went through my phone and I found a picture back from like April or May 2013,
Uh-huh.
about a year after I had my son. And I was I wasn't like huge, but to me I was huge.
Oh, she was still in my big clothes.
Yeah,
She was wearing
wore
my
all of mom's clothes, all of my mom's fat clothes.
And that was like 215 pounds. She was using my clothes.
Yeah, and I was like 3/4 of that. And so I found that, my fat clothes picture, and then I took a picture the other day. Ooh, somebody's broadcasts are going.
Yeah, somebody's doing Morse code or something.
No, it's an emergency alert system.
Oh, okay.
And then I took a picture the other day, way before I found this picture, and I'm looking at it, trying to remember like what size I was in, and I've gone down like 6 sizes.
I think it was size 14. I think it was 14 or 16.
I was in size 14, 16 pants, and I'm in a size 6, 8 now. And I went from a extra large shirt to a small medium.
Same here.
Yeah.
I'm 60 pounds lighter. Actually, from that time, I am
a lot.
75 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
I'm
almost
72.
at 40. I'm working on, I'm about 38 pounds right now. I started size 20 pants and I'm in 14s and I was in
Nice.
2X tops and I'm in some larges, so about 3 sizes.
Very
Awesome.
nice. Very nice.
I was in a size 24 and I'm in a size 12 now.
Wow. You cut your size in half.
And that was, my heaviest was 2018 and I graduated in 2019.
In 1 year. Awesome.
Well, it's 14 months.
That is great. It took me 4 years and 2 months
Well,
and 12 days.
I've been in top since 2006.
2016.
Wow.
That's awesome. That is very
Great.
awesome. We have
Yeah.
some
I'm wearing
great
my wedding
pictures.
bands again comfortably. I'm comfortable wearing my wedding bands again. And
They're not
I'm not
cutting your
afraid
circulation.
they're not going to cut me off. And I'm
Yeah.
not afraid they're going to get stuck on my fingers.
Well, this allergy season, for the first time in 20 some odd years, I can't wear my wedding band because my hands are so swollen. And I'm 60 pounds lighter, but my hands are swollen. I can't get it over my darn knuckle. Yes.
Can have
Linda
them resized.
Well, no, I'll wait. Every once in a
Yeah.
while, I'll maybe to put it back on.
I waited, and it happened.
Yep, it does happen. Linda from Laceyville, how are you doing?
Still muted.
Yeah. I asked her.
There
Yes,
she
she's
is.
coming.
Yeah,
Linda,
Oh,
how are you doing?
well, I'm good, thank you. But one question that I had was any suggestions of a meeting place? It certainly looks like we're not going to be going back to the church. And we
Um,
only have, Laceyville has maybe between 500 and 600 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very small area. So there's
Okay.
no senior center,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Do you need just something temporary?
No, I think this is going to be for real.
Okay. You can, well, no, the schools are all closed. Temporarily, you can do, if the parks are open, maybe they have a pavilion that you can use every week.
We used to meet at the township building.
The
Well,
beach?
we don't, we don't have a township building. We don't have a park with a pavilion.
You could use like, you could use
Library?
one of the members' backyard. How many people are in your
We usually
chapter?
weigh in about 15.
Okay?
A library
that's
is
a larger
very
group.
tiny, very, very, very
Okay.
tiny. There's no place, you know.
Right. Well, you could do a park, just bring lawn chairs, bring your own chairs. You don't really need a pavilion. If it's real hot out, you'd have to,
Bring like umbrellas or something.
umbrellas for sunshade.
The
If
other
it's really
drawback is we do not have a portable scale.
Oh,
We have like the doctor's office with a slide
Oh.
bar.
oh,
So we're really in a pickle.
yes.
We need some place where we could set up that scale and leave it
Right.
and come each week.
So now, do you guys know about the rules as far as how they're sticking to the weigh-ins for cops for 15 weigh-ins? Like where she can't weigh in. How do they handle that?
There is in the TOPS manual, the chapter manual, there is a thing that talks about that. Prefer.
But with the COVID and people not
Correct,
meeting,
correct.
how?
Correct. It would be page 61 in the chapter manual. It talks about preferred cop status, privilege status. A privileged status may be granted to cops due to exceptional circumstances that prevent the recording of 15 weigh-ins in a year. There's no minimum requirement for years as a member or as a cop to qualify for privileged status. One, cop status is not forfeited during this period, and of course we are an exception. This whole year is exceptional status. But no cops awards may be earned while in privileged cops. Two, cops weight chart is marked privileged in the section where the dates and weekly entries are recorded. This chart is sent to with this chapter resume. No weights are recorded on TOPS charts. 3, years during privileged status period are counted towards milestones if the cop returns to it as an active member and is maintaining status according to TOPS rules. So
Thank you.
there is, it goes on more. It
Yep.
also talks about medical excuse, but it's page 61 of the current TOPS manual.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been
I've never heard it explained that way before.
it has been this question has been asked a lot in all of the TOPS groups I'm on. I believe Barb, Katie, and Mary Mullane answered that question several times. One of the TOPS groups. So that's the only reason why I know about it. I'm an advocate, but I didn't know that.
And are they holding us to the weigh-in in December?
If you're on privileged status, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I will definitely ask that. Let me write that down.
Because
Write it down when I have a question then, Mom.
Let me write down before I forget.
important questions for cops, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Especially where we haven't had SRDs yet, you know?
Yes, I mean I know there's some areas that are just canceling the fall rallies, but we're to the point where people, for an ARD, we'd have to have so many people coming and paying to be able to afford the venue that we've been thinking of maybe just a bunch of small rallies instead of ARD, and still recognize the 2019 victories. So that's all up in the air now because no one wants to gather in a large group, and I don't blame them at all.
Joanne, where are you from?
Our present chapter is Campbell, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
I have 5 counties in south central Pennsylvania. And I believe I have maybe 10 or 11 out of 22. Maybe half my chapters have gone back. That's all. A lot of them they're in the older age group and are not comfortable coming back yet.
So are you a coordinator or an advocate?
I'm an advocate.
Advocate.
I'm an advocate.
So Joanne,
go ahead.
when are they going to decide about ARD? Do we know?
Julian and Sally are talking right now. They haven't made any decisions yet, and they will put something out as soon as they know. As soon as I know anything, she'll put some stuff out, and my next newsletter will be basically all about what's going on for the awards.
Yeah, how big
ARDs.
is your ARD? How many people usually go?
A lot. 200, 300. That's the problem. I don't even feel safe with that one. But
No.
unless we have a large group, we can't do the venue we want.
Yeah, because normally our entire chapter would go, probably 10
Right.
people.
Right.
But people don't want to sit there and wear masks all day. And then
Correct.
how are you going to distance everybody?
You
And,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
See, now in our state, if the governor will open it up to a larger group,
That's
they
a
will
hold.
have it. But right
I
now,
think-
it's only 50 people.
Right. Ours is limited also. And we're mandatory mask. But I mean, in the restaurants, you got to go in with a mask. We're sitting down, taking it off. But if you go to the bathroom, you got to put it back on, which I totally agree with it. But when you're sitting on the table, it's just,
Still spreading.
you're with those people. Most likely you live with those people. So, but it's just a confusing time. It's a really
Yeah.
confusing time. Somebody else had a question. Was that you, Donna?
I did.
Okay, Jess.
Now I know I'm not cops, but this is mainly for the cops. So based on what you read, if you start COVID with cops, you have to end with, you have to come back with cops
Okay.
for
When
that privilege status?
If you your last weigh-in, official weigh-in, you were in leeway.
Mm-hmm.
if you're not in leeway, you come back, you've got a week to get back in.
Oh,
Okay.
But
okay.
if, no, yeah, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks. Well, I don't know if it's a week or 2 weeks, but if you ended out of leeway, you must come back as a COPS
Gotcha.
in leeway,
Gotcha.
because you've had 3 months to get it off.
Right.
But I'll have to check whether you have 1 week or 2 weeks.
I want to say it's 1 week, 'cause I think we discussed that before.
I think because Rick the president put out about you have a week because you've had 3 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
That's what I
but I
thought.
think that's it. To get privilege status, you'd have to be in status in leeway to request it.
Right.
You have to be in leeway.
Do you have to request that like in writing?
I would think so. We'd probably have to go through Sally, our coordinator, to have officially request it from TOPS.
Okay.
What happened?
But it's at this point, I've already had I think I've had 13 already this year because I've never missed a meeting.
Yeah.
Because I have January, we had January and February, so that's 8. And then there was 2 in March, 9, 10. I need 5 more meetings and I'll get that.
Yeah.
So I've
'Cause
only
I'm
had,
starting.
I've only had 8 meetings.
Yeah. Yeah, we had, I think 2 in March, so we're good.
Yeah, because
At least
we
in our
ended
meeting.
the week before.
Yes, yeah.
We had a couple of snow days. We had 3 snow
Oh.
days, so yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky. Did we have one? I'll have to check I have to get our,
No, I don't
charts.
think we had any snow days.
I
on our
don't think we
days.
did unless we had one because of a tornado, but I don't think so.
No.
Tornado.
But we've had 3 months of no meetings, so really anxious to get back.
Yeah, it'd be good to see everyone because we haven't had any contact. It's just been
Right.
very little phone calls and
Oh, that's
there's
terrible.
no Zoom meetings and
Well, hey, I'm here in this same link every Wednesday at 7, and then I have one on Monday. Private message me and I'll give you the Monday one if you want it. You can pass it along to any COPS or TOPS.
Sure.
More people the better. What chapter are you from, Tammy?
208 Limerick, Maine.
That's ME, correct?
Yep.
Okay, I got it. Okay, but it's like, yeah, just you can pass along the links. I mean, and I've also the next one I'm going to Sharon Dean's. Yes, from Illinois, the coordinator from Illinois. I jump on their meeting at 8:30 our time. So there's lots of meetings out there.
Yeah.
She opened them up also to everybody.
I'm new to Zoom, but I'm getting really good at it.
That's good. Hey, we all basically are being forced into the 22nd century with technology these days. We don't have a choice anymore.
We're being forced to know what our kids know.
Yes. I think Hunter knows Zoom more than I do, and he's 8 years old.
He knows more than you do, and I know more than all y'all.
So Jessica, you're close to being a COPS?
Last time I weighed, I was under a pound away.
Oh,
But this entire
Unofficially.
months, it's literally been fluctuating from 2 pounds under my goal to 5 pounds over.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm sensitive to gluten, so it's like if I eat even like one bite of a piece of bread, it shoots my weight back up.
mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Right.
I want a sandwich so bad.
Yeah.
I have kidney disease, so salt is my enemy. And I just had surgery and I can't exercise for 4 weeks, so I'm really up
Yeah.
against it and we're weighing back in, but I'm still on the goal, so I'm
That's
doing
good.
good.
That's good. We do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
But
Joanne,
yes.
how can I get a hold of your newsletters?
Okay. You go into the South Central and private message me and just give me your email address and just say newsletters,
I don't
and
know how
I
to
will
private message.
email them to you.
I don't know how to private message. What's that on?
Facebook message. You know how to Facebook message?
No, I don't do Facebook.
Okay. Okay, you got a pen and paper?
Ben,
I do.
Okay, I'll give you my email address.
Okay.
TOPSPA
TOPS
PA.
B like in boy.
No, Pennsylvania, PA.
Oh, PA. Got it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
.cc
.cc
.ac
.ac
@gmail.com.
@gmail. Okay, we'll try that.
Yep, and just email me and I will get you on the list for the newsletters.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I on the list for that newsletter, Mom?
You can read it off my computer too, but yes, when I do the newsletters, I do all members in my area, which is almost 300 people.
Okay,
Especially since most of us are not in meetings, everybody gets a copy.
okay.
So check your spam mail.
Okay. I
She's
get so
got Boy
many
Scouts, she's got her
I get so
business.
many Tops messages. It's not even funny. I don't even read half of them anymore.
Yeah.
Joanne, I'm sorry, what is it that they put on that book if you're excused?
NM. No, for excuse if you can't,
Well,
if you don't
well,
want to go to
whatever.
meetings.
Right.
Excused.
Oh, well,
If
you said something else.
If the
Privilege.
meetings have started, yes. Oh, yes.
If,
For
if
the
you
privilege
are
status.
accepted for privilege status, you put privilege in the months that we missed.
Privilege.
It says
Because if they close again, I don't know if they're gonna open. We meet in a church, so they could
Right.
close, they could change their mind and close, and
Right.
we won't get those weigh-ins in.
Right.
Yeah, it would
Right.
be, privilege status would be, you request it and then you put privilege status in the weeks that you missed
Right.
because of COVID.
Yep.
All right,
I
thank
would
you.
say- It doesn't say exactly who, but this stuff regarding cops and everything, you talk to your coordinator, and then they would go through the steps to grant the
She's
privilege
never
status.
even mentioned this. This is the first time I've ever heard this. She just says no meeting. Just
Right.
write no meeting. I've never heard of a privileged status.
Right, and I believe this is the very first time in TOPS history that it has been needed to be able to put out there, because like if it happens a lot when if you go from an in-person meeting to online as a cop, you have to you have to become a privileged cop status because you don't do weigh-ins on the online chapters.
Right.
That's what they use that a lot for. But I mean, it's there, but I don't think it's used a lot, except for when you go from in-person to online. No, but this is extraordinary circumstances.
Oh, it's page
and,
61, right? Page
61
61.
of the 2020 edition of the CHAPS manual.
Oh,
The
see,
chapter.
my leader is the only one that has that book.
You can, I believe it is also on tops.org. It is, the PDF is actually, you can download it.
Okay, great.
So
Thank you.
everybody can have a copy, and you can also through the TOPS store buy your own copy.
Yeah.
I myself bought a set of 10. Hold on a second. Just come get it. It's Grandpa. Ah! I dropped my phone.
I'm free.
It's there. I threw my phone. It's like, what? But yeah, it's but yeah, privilege status. It's just something with extraordinary circumstances going on. A lot of stuff that is been in the chapter manual will actually need to know about.
Where?
So, but you can buy, I believe it's like $2 or $2.50. You can buy your own copy of the manual. And you can also buy, like I did 5 copies for $10. So I always, when I go to the chapters, I always have several copies with me.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, the leader has the new one and she lets us take it out.
Right.
So I'll,
She should have
check it
gotten
out.
a coupon also to get a second copy for free for the chapter. And normally the weight recorder gets that because most of this, what's needed is for the weight recorder.
Very
That's
informative,
granddaughter.
Joanne.
Say again?
Very informative. Thank you.
You're welcome. I try to read the chapter manual, but even the privileged status, I haven't gotten to that part yet. I haven't, we don't always get to everything, but it's good that all these, like Barb, Katie, and the coordinators are all on these Facebook groups for TOPS, and they're getting all the information out to us before the newsletters come out, so which is good. But does everybody know the Never Quit pledge?
It's old, but
Yes.
they say it every night, and that's how I lost my weight. Like
That's good.
it's so true. It's such
It
a
is.
true pledge.
Is that a TOPS pledge?
It is. You could also find it at topsfan.com. Mary Mullane, that's her page. It's Tops Fan. It's under, I think, poems or something. But there's contests, everything, and skits on that page, but it's all there. And I have posted it in my this page for the Tops PA South Central page. It's in one of the pictures.
Okay,
But,
I have it, but and I think we're going to start using that.
Yes,
Because,
I think it's very important.
Well, we used to do You Take My Hand,
Right.
which, it's like, do we really want to do that now?
No, we do
So we're
not.
not. So I
So
said,
Joanne, I will
Yeah.
be interested to hear if this pledge is like different from the pledge I have, because I know there are two versions to this.
Okay, then I will say it and you let me know if it's the same one. Okay, Never Quit pledge. Today I promise I will not quit. I pledge that no matter how many ups and downs I pass through, I will continue on my journey. I pledge to make a new start today and forgive myself for my past, and to stop being so critical of myself. I pledge to take control of myself, to stop making excuses, to stop blaming other people or situations. I pledge to treat myself as I would my best friend, because that is who I am. I pledge to stay in the race and to be a winner. Is that the same one? Awesome. Awesome. Where'd it go?
Yep, exact.
Okay, there we go. All of a sudden my screen went blank. It's okay, where'd you go? My computer minimized everybody. It's like, okay. Very sensitive mouse pad.
Thank you very much. Have
You're
a good
very
night.
welcome. And I
Thank
hope
you.
to see you guys more. And Tammy, if you
I can't do the Monday one, but I definitely do the Wednesday one.
but I will if you private are you on Facebook?
Yep.
Private message me on the page and I will give you the link so you can pass it along to everybody.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. And you guys, you have a great night.